What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another Squad Creators Podcast, episode 41. Man, we brought a special guest I discovered on TikTok, man, Breeze Tees, man. Would you going to introduce yourself to the people for me?
Yep, I'm Jay John from Breeze Tees, and been doing t-shirts for about since 2017. Back then, the reason I even got into it was because I had a few, I used to do YouTube, had a couple of fans. They used to like, oh, everybody's always, why don't you make some merch? Why don't you make some? I didn't want to charge them $30 for a shirt just so I could make a little something off of it, right? So I felt like, you know what? Let me look into this stuff. I started looking into it, and the more I went down the YouTube rabbit hole, I did the same thing we all think. Man, I can do this. Like, what? Why would I? Why would I do that? So, got myself a Cricut. I sold a bunch of shirts first. Then I got myself a Cricut and got myself a heat press and went from there. Before that, I think I was printing stuff out of my ordinary inkjet printer and doing it with the iron. I think that's how everybody starts off, more or less, and then you realize once you get your first order that's more than like 2 shirts, you're like, it's not sustainable. So, I got that, bought stuff off of Amazon, more or less like everybody, and the rest is just here. And I just upgraded a little bit here and there, went from the Cricut to the Cricut Maker to the Silhouette Cameo. I bought a GCC, GCC, one of the GCC big machines, so I could cut 11 by 17 prints. But then I got Silhouette Cameo, and it can do those as well. So I think I've used almost every media. I'm probably the biggest proponent, the biggest supporter of vinyl, as much as you can do it, because it lasts.
Get all the way too deep in. It's Mike T's, and the show was brought to you by.
Oh, that's all good, bro.
Vital Supply Unlimited.
Authorized Caesar dealer, Metamark dealer. Man, they got all your alcohol inks, glitters, and all that stuff for you crafters. It's Vinyl Supply. Excuse me, that's VinylSupplyUnlimited.com. Use Squad Talk 10 at checkout. Get 10% off your order. Free shipping on orders over $50.
Visit
Vinyl Supply Unlimited today.
Man, I didn't know I was that good with the segue. I got the segue down and everything, man. I'm probably the biggest supporter of vinyl because it lasts as long as the shirt lasts, and as long as you take care of it, you're good to go. I can sell you that and not have any problems. A lot of people and then, like I said, after that, got into I started looking at other stuff. I wanted to get the Roland BN20 because it actually prints on vinyl and then does it. But then I realized like the weeding and all of that is just going to be so tedious. And I felt like if I was going to spend that much on a machine, I might as well buy a machine that I didn't have to weed. So that's when I upgraded to the iColor 650. It's been good, been bad, been in between. It is very controversial. You're going to make a lot of money, you're going to spend a lot of money. Profit margin is there, but it's not. I mean, I guess it would be just about as fine when you really add up everything and say, with a vinyl shirt, I'm going to spend like $3 on the shirt, maybe $2 if I get it, from a good deal or what have you, and then you can spend at least $2 worth of vinyl on the print or what have you. So it comes out to be just about the same. The problem is the barrier to entry is so high. It's $8,000. It's an $8,000 printer. So like that's the long and the short of it. That's story open, story closed. It's $8,000 printer. So the barrier is so high, but the quality is, like I said, the quality is about the same. You're gonna come out with stuff, but nothing is gonna last as long as vinyl or screen printing. Nothing's gonna be as easy as vinyl, but nothing's gonna really last as long as screen printing, really, except vinyl.
So to a beginner, would you suggest going to get that iColor? Because you hear so many negatives about the iColor.
Absolutely not. If you are a beginner and you don't have, especially if you're a beginner, you're not gonna have the clientele, so you're not gonna be able to make that. You know what I mean? If you finance it or something like that, you're not gonna be able to make the monthly payment. So it's just gonna be a bill. It's gonna be a bill for you. That's what it's gonna be. So if you are a beginner, I say build up your clientele. You have to do what everybody else did, more or less, right? You got to go anytime you start with family and friends first or what have you, then you move through the Facebook groups and stuff like that and all of that. But once you build up your clientele, I would say, and you really have the hang of printing t-shirts, that's when I would say do it, because it is so difficult and so tedious when you begin that if you just started, you probably I seen professionals, that do it for a living for real and don't have another 9 to 5 give up on this thing. So if you don't have,
so let me stop you right there. So with that being said, what makes you want to keep going on with it with all the, like, that's a big statement to say professionals give up on it. Like, why do you keep moving on with it?
The main reason I keep moving on with it is just because, like I said, I already made an investment. I can't give it back now, but at the same time, it's one of those when it works and everything's working, poetry in motion. It's just like sweet science almost. It's when it's moving. But when you have an issue and you have to take time out of your day to figure out what that issue is, what's causing it, all of that good stuff, then it just makes you be. I'm like, I could have done this with vinyl already and been done with it. You know what I mean? So, but they don't want it that way. They want it through the 650, and they want it printed. So, it's just another tool in the tool belt. Is really what makes me continue to use. Like I said, I've had 5-6 orders this week. Did those in vinyl. I may have had 2 or 3 this week that went with that machine. It's just a very capable tool in my tool belt, and it's one of those things where my y'all don't know this yet though. My background is IT. That's what I've been doing for the last 20 some odd years. So I love solving computer type problems and stuff like that. So when I run into an issue, I'm looking at it as a challenge. I can definitely see where anybody else runs into an issue. It's like, I ain't got time for this. So
yeah. So you said IT for 20 years, huh? What was so how you go from IT to t-shirts?
I'll still do IT right now, but like I said, with the t-shirts, it was just another challenge. It was just something I said, hey, let me give it a shot, because I felt like I could do it just as well as anybody that I was going to pay to do it. And so it was just one of those things where I just kind of felt my way through it, watching enough YouTube videos, and my wife just said, hey, look, we're spending a lot of money on starting this. So if you're gonna start it, it's gonna be a hobby, or we're gonna make it into a business. I was like, shoot, this is a good hobby for me. I'm good. It's a hobby that pays. Like, nah. She was like, nope, we're gonna turn it into a business. And that's when she started going through the Facebook groups and doing all of that good stuff, and just saying, hey, can you do this? I'm like, yeah, I can do that. That's easy. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. It was just like, hey, she's like, hey, can you do this? Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I can do that. And then the more stuff, because I do a lot of stuff with Photoshop and all that as well. So it was a natural fit for me, because people would throw stuff at other people and they couldn't do it, but they would throw it at me. And I'm like, I'm really good with Photoshop and editing pictures and making all that stuff work, and, getting rid of your backgrounds and all that good stuff that a lot of, that they ask us to do it impossible when we do t-shirts, let's be honest. Yeah. And so I was really good at doing the impossible, so I could get stuff done when other people couldn't. And it just ended up being a natural fit. All of my IT skills actually just went into going into making the t-shirt business work, except for the heat press part. But everything up into the heat press, it was pure. It seemed like pure IT to me.
I gotta salute you, man. First of all, y'all know I love vinyl, and here's another person that shares in the same passion. So I'm excited.
And some of the stuff that I was doing in the beginning, I was layering vinyl. I could layer vinyl like nobody else could. Like I wouldn't even use anything else. I would be like, why would I print this when I can just layer it in vinyl? But then, after about 2-3 years though, it started, it will separate from the other vinyl. And, so I say, hey.
So I'm going into my third right now with vinyl. And there is I'm feeling a little bit, but I still love vinyl.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a layer. He do the layers.
Yeah, with the layering, like you said, that's what it's gonna be. I haven't the StarCraft mat. You can probably layer that better than anything. I started off with what was it? What's the other one? The other major manufacturer, but they don't have the mat. You got StarCraft and Caesar. Yes, Caesar. If you get the premium, if you get the stretch from Caesar, it layers really well. I feel like the one with the shiny coat. It's not. I feel like it's not as professional, really, right off the bat, because people see the reflectiveness. People see the reflectiveness, and they were like, "Oh, hold up, is that?" And then at the same time, when I layered it, it would just seem to like it would start. The vinyl would start separating faster than any other stuff. But I tell you, that Starcraft and the Caesar stretch, oh my God, I could lay it all day long. Those shirts I hadn't had any issues with those ever.
So you doing that I-50 or I-650? Forgive me because I don't know the term of it. I've only heard it. I've never had a transfer from it. At Uninet, he making how-to tutorials. He exploiting y'all. He telling y'all that he basically got it down to a science. Y'all need to holler at Breeze Tees. Come on now. I know they in your crowd.
Oh yeah. I'm sure they will as soon as you know how it is. You have to hit a certain. I know, but you got to hit that certain threshold. For me, I got to hit that certain threshold before they'll start talking to me. So it's all good. I understand. You got to earn your stripes. I ain't mad.
Yeah. So I got to double back, bro. I heard you say cricket, and they hate me because I talk bad about the cricket. I don't talk bad about the cricket. I respect the machine, but it only cut like little people's clothes. And then I heard you say silhouette cameo. What made you move from the cricket to the cameo?
You're right about the little people clothes too, and people don't. When it comes to 2X and 3X, it's just like it's fine for me. 11 inches is fine for me, but when I do it, a lot of times I do a lot of tricks. I turn it sideways or break up the image or what have you. Like you said, you have to. But I went to the silhouette because I bought that Cricut Maker the first time, and I would say within 2 or 3 days, I had a blade failure. And I was like, I know I didn't do anything wrong. It just was OBF. So I sent that to Cricut, but I had a shirt order for a family reunion. I couldn't wait. So I went to the Silhouette Cameo. And the only thing they had in store, this was like last year, right when everything kicked off, when everything got short. Only thing I could buy was a Silhouette Cameo. So bought the Cameo. And my plan was really my plans were like, I was like, well, I don't know if I want to buy the Cameo just because they don't let you take this stuff back. Like Michael's another, you're not taking it back to them. You can't get a refund. When you buy it, and that's it. So it's like, do I really want this? And I bought it, used it, and I was like, I can use this, for the bigger sizes and stuff like that. And plus it cuts 11 by 17.
Right there.
Go ahead.
That 12 by 12 changed your life, huh?
Yeah, exactly. And plus the 11 by 17 for the print and cut. Oh my God! Once I figured out I could do that, I was like, I'm not taking this thing back. It's another, like I said, it's another tool for the tool belt and all that stuff. And the thing is, like I said, I had a GCC. It can cut up to 24 inches, but I didn't use it like that because the GCC software, even though I have mastered it, is too cumbersome for small things. Because you can put it in the Cameo and you can say, this is my outline. It'll outline it for you. Boom, bam, you're done. With the GCC software, it's like you have to look at it. You have to tell it to outline it. Then you have to go in and figure out what you don't want. It's a lot more cumbersome. It's like by the time I've done that, I could have run 6 shirts on the Cameo already. And so it was just cost benefit analysis. I just didn't have the time to do. I did use the GCC for 11 by 17 cuts for a long time though, because for the 3G Jet opaque paper. But once I got that Cameo, I put that thing. So I don't even know what a GCC is. I don't need it anymore right now. So, but if something breaks, I definitely will break it back out. But I don't. Nah, Cameo is good enough.
They say you better be nice tonight, yo.
I see that. Listen.
It's a little play, all right.
I'm being nice. That's why we talking about the Cameo and not the Cricket. That's why I'm being nice. So
wow.
So because people, bro, I've been bashed because I mess with people about the Cricket. Just for the record, I respect the Cricket and what it does because I've seen some great work, graphical things, and a whole bunch of other people do great work with that Cricket. But just like the baby stuff and all the extra work you got to do to piece and manipulate and all that, that's the issue I have with Cricket.
Right. I
Nothing
understand.
against Cricut users, the person itself. It's just that if I want to do onesies, I'm going to give me a Cricut.
There
If I
you
want
go.
to do
Well
a
said.
baby stock, I'm gonna go give me a Cricut. That's
Right.
all I'm saying, you know. But
I understand that.
Hey, before y'all continue on, hold on, see. Hey, y'all in the crowd, we see you. What's going on? Thank y'all for coming and tuning with us tonight with Breeze Tees.
Yeah, some people out there. Let's shout them out. The Educated Natural. Hey, Kim. Ain't no chicken thigh talk tonight. Yo, B, what's going on? What's going on? Late night crafting with Stacy. What's happening?
Taryn, what's going on? How you doing?
T-shirt man Los, my guy. What's happening, family?
Yoda V.
Fidel Elvira, what's happening?
Hey, y'all.
I keep seeing the same people. James, Custom Journey, what's going on?
What up?
Blessed by the best 35. Appreciate you coming in. He said, happy to catch a live and learn some new things, man. It's always something to learn on here.
Hook up these gems.
It ain't always bashing the Cricut like some people seem to think. Sketches to designs, what's going on? Taryn, you know I got to talk about your Cricut, Taryn, but I seen your work. I appreciate what you do with that little machine. You know, I'm still talking mess. I'm just playing with y'all. I love y'all, man. Craftable Things, what's going on? Bridget Smith, how you doing? That's the end of the other people. Yep. But so, man, I want to double back though, family, on that.
Of course.
On that, can you explain the process of that eye color?
Yeah,
marrying A sheet to B sheet or something like that.
That's the part that turns a lot of people off because they feel like if I've had so many people, but you pay this much for a machine, it should just print these things out and you're ready to press them on the shirt. Unfortunately, we're not there with technology just yet where it can put the tone and adhesive at the same time. But maybe one day. But right now, what we have is so you print it out, and then you have the A sheet and the B sheet. So you print it on the A sheet. The B sheet is what has is actually the actual paper that you're actually feeling, and that's what has all of the adhesive. So once you print it out, you stick the A sheet, B sheet together, put it in the heat press it down, wait for however long. Sometimes it's 120, sometimes it's 130. It's just really it's one of those things where this is another thing. There's no exact instructions to it. It's like you have to do it. You have to just trial and error until you get it right with your heat press and your setup, because what I do may not work for you. And so like I found with mine, I had to do 150 seconds when it said I had to do 135. I found that I had to do 8 pressure when it says I had to do 5 pressure, stuff like that. So a lot of people get cut off or get turned off right from the bat because you're gonna smoke a lot of sheets doing that. I mean, you talking about they give you 100 sheets to start off with. I've seen people say they went through 98 of them before they figured it out. Fortunately, me, I went to the bottom of YouTube before I even bought it, so I only messed up about 10 or 20. But I got good print. It's like one of those things where I was peeling it. The top part was fine, middle part was fine, and then like whatever I put at the bottom of the sheet, it didn't do what I wanted it to do. And so I eventually kept on and figured that out. If you can make it through that part, which a lot of people won't, and I don't blame them, because once you pay that much for something, you're just like, let me just return it inside of the return window because this not coming out right. And I don't want to keep on messing with this thing, which I totally understand. But once I was already determined, I could figure that out. So once I figured that out and started, moving stuff and all that, it was good. But like I said, that A sheet, B sheet marrying process, because there is no exact science, there's no cookie cutter thing to do it, because some people have clamshell heat press. I have a top down where just even pressure all over. So, it was a lot easier for me. If you got clamshell, they tell you stuff like you may have to put some notebook paper on top of it and then press it to get more pressure and stuff. Like there's just so many different tricks that you have to that you may have to do if you don't have a certain type of press or what have you. So it's like I said, the accessibility is just not there for a lot of people. And I totally understand, because like I said, if I spend $8,000 on something, I wanted to work right out of the box. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Real.
So when I had to work to make it do it, I was like, I was in there the first day too. I mean, I think I was in there from 8 a.m. to like almost 3 in the evening, 7 hours. Just, oh man, this one's bad. This one's bad. This one's bad. But I eventually got it down and I grew to love it. So that's really what it was. If you can get through that initial period of learning how to marry that A and B sheet, I think a lot of people be fine. But like I said, I wouldn't want to. I can also understand people not wanting to mess with it. So
yeah. So that's crazy that they don't. It's not like you say cookie cutter. They don't have no cookie cutter instructions.
Exactly.
That and to hear that somebody said they wasted 98 sheets.
Yeah.
There's a dude on YouTube that had like 100,000 subscribers. That said, I mean, he got like 900,000 subscribers too. The video got almost 1 million. The dude said that, and he's been doing t-shirts for a long time. He said he wasted the whole first 100. Done.
That's crazy. That's good money. And what they go for like $300-$400 a pack or something?
Yeah, 400 a pack. Yeah, 400 a pack.
Right there.
Exactly. And I think that's what a lot of people do. They say, I don't have the money to throw away, because I definitely don't have money to throw away. Like I said, fortunately, I was gang sheeting everything in the beginning. So I was still getting 2 or 3 good prints out of it. I just could never make that last one come out the right way or something like that. So I didn't lose a whole lot of money off the 1020 that I messed up, but at the same time, I wasn't happy with the results. And then that's when I went to another paper. I went to the Easy Peel. And once I went to that, I used that and it was great. But the colors weren't as bright as I wanted them to be. And like I said, the customer, it wasn't as easy for the customer to use. Like when you use eye color paper, when you peel it off, it almost falls off. You don't even have to do anything when you take it off of the shirt. But with the Easy Peel, you have to like do it a certain way. You have to like snatch it off really quickly. And it's like sometimes it just wasn't user friendly for
right there.
Exactly. So yeah. So
that's crazy, man. Just to like like I say, man, that machine is very controversial, but this is the most in depth I've heard about the process, the machine. I understand the apprehension that people have with it.
Right.
A unit a year. Squad creators. You need to holler at them.
I'm telling you, man, like it's one of those things where it is tough. A lot of people don't like it, and rightfully so. And it's just like one of those things where it's like I don't know. I think the best way I can make it make sense for most people is this. It's just like having a friend, and that friend is kind of shady, but it's just like, and everybody else is telling you, listen, man, I don't rock with your boy because he's shady, and you like, no, but I've known him since kindergarten. But that it's only a matter of time before he does something to you, and we'll get on through it because that's my boy since kindergarten. It's just exactly like that. I knew it was only a matter of time before one of those, before it did something that I wasn't gonna like. But I was like, man, we've done so much good work together. I just went ahead and bought another drum and just kept on going,
So I saw you posted at the TikTok. Can you talk about what happened with your machine?
Yeah, okay, so I was going through and I was just doing prints. And then my magenta started acting up. My magenta was the first one that actually went out. So I bought all the other toners. I replaced all the other toners. Everything's working great. Everything's great. All of a sudden, my blacks were too black. And I don't even know if that's a thing, but my blacks my blacks were too black. And then I did a image, and it was like the gorilla print that came out. It was too purple, but it was perfect for the people because they wanted it to be loud like that. But I was like, I felt bad because I can't recreate that. So it was like they loved it, and that was the end of the print. I was done. So they were like, yeah, we love this, man. It's for our football team, what have you. And then, like I said, the black was too black on that. And so with the black being too black, another thing that was happening is when it was going through the fuser, it just couldn't it couldn't press it hard enough. So I had to turn up the heat, turn up all that stuff on the actual printer. But with the blacks being too black, the way that the printer does black, there's not a black cartridge. It mixes cyan, magenta, and yellow together to make it. So they, as you can imagine, that's going to give you a bigger layer than just regular layer of color. So everything was coming out fine, but the black was messing up. So I was like, okay, cool. I can deal with the black, with the black. It was fine. I figured out a way through it. All of a sudden, the black started printing brown. And that's when I realized the problem was the magenta drum was laying down. It was doing too much magenta, and it was turning all my blacks brown. And I went to the bottom of the internet again, looked everything, and called their support. They came in, did some settings. We turned magenta down, and then it was something that was close to black, and then we turned it back up. For the job that I had, I was able to manipulate it and do it, but I just like I can't keep doing this for every job. It's gonna slow me down. So I just went ahead and bought another drum. Now, the way I feel about that, it's the cost of doing business. I made a lot of money off of it. The amount of money I made dwarfs how much that drum cost. That's fine. But I am telling you, if another one of those drums goes out before I will be furious, and they will just, and like I said, with it being a consumable, I think that's one of the wrong ways that they're going with some of those things. They count them as consumables when somebody buys an extended warranty, which is not cheap, and they're just like, but that's a consumable. I get it, but you have to do something when your customer is, what I'm saying, when your customer just got this thing, it ain't even 3 months old, and something like that goes out. But okay, I hadn't had any other issues with it other than my own error. So I'm looking at this, and I'm just going to chalk this one up and say, hey, maybe it just is what it is. And with everybody else, a lot of other people saying that they had that same issue, and maybe something that Uninet wants to look into. But at the same time, when I get this new drum, it better fix the problem. Because if not, that's going to have to be a whole other conversation with Uninet. Do I even want to keep this thing? Because, but for right now, it's okay. I'm not mad at it. As long as this fixes the issue and I can keep moving forward, we're good.
So how many different printing methods do you do besides the eye color? I know you said you did vinyl. What else?
Do vinyl. I do the inkjet paper, just the inkjet, regular inkjet paper. I do sublimation. I converted a workforce, I want to say 4270, whatever, the one that has the 2 drawers on that can do 13 by 19. I converted one of those to a sublimation printer. Yeah, 7720. There you go. And then, like I said, I have a brother printer that I do the 3D jet opaque on, and like you said, of course, vinyl and this. So pretty much, I think I got almost everything covered.
So, brother, what's that? The scan and cut?
Yeah, I use the brother for the scan and cut.
Yeah. I was just looking at one of them today.
Yeah.
So Fidel had asked what we're talking about. It's the Unijet iColor 650 is what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So how do you like sublimation compared to your, outside of your limitations on being able to print on dark colors, but compared to your Uninet, how do you like the sublimation process, or what do you use sublimation for?
Sublimation, main thing I use it for is the same thing. If somebody orders a white shirt and it's a gym shirt and it's polyester, they're getting the sublimation shirt. It's gonna be sublimation every single time. I'm gonna do it just like that. I really just use it as whatever I'm doing suits it. It's like I said, I just use all of these things like tools in my tool belt. I know, I can't use a hammer to screw something in. I can't use a screwdriver. Well, I guess you can use a screwdriver to hammer something in if you use the butt, but y'all get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. I just I've acquired all these tools, so I don't have to tell anybody no. It's more when I look at it. I want to tell everybody, yes, I can do that, and we can do it, in a timely fashion. So, and like I said, with everything else, it's just been as it's needed. So, like I said, print and cut, sublimation, vinyl, and should we even do the vinyl with the do glitter vinyl with sublimation and make some cool stuff too. So,
Most definitely. What's the biggest job?
What's that?
With that, the eye color? What's the biggest job you've done with that eye color? Like how many people?
Somebody had because I did another big one this week, but the biggest one that just comes to mind right off the bat was a lady. She had a soccer team and she needed 72 pieces, like pretty quick, and I was able to print them all off and get them done. So that's probably the biggest job. She needed I think we sent her like 100 prints just in case something failed. But that was the customer that made me switch the paper that I was using, because hers was a good portion of it was white, and I didn't mind. You know, she called, like she said she was having some issues. I said, call me, please. We walked through it, talked through it. We figured out the best way for her to do it. But I realized that I didn't want, not that I mind doing it, I just didn't want another customer to go through that feeling like they didn't know, how they were going to get these things printed according to the instructions. And it's like she said, we tried both of the methods that they give you. With it, the issue with that was the actual paper. So we tried the slow peel and then we tried the snatch peel. We did both, and she said, well, the snatching worked a whole lot better than the other one. So she was completely happy and all of that. And then after that, I had one lady, she did something. She had a pizza place or what have you. She had about 50, 60 pieces or something like that. So it's a workhorse. It can get it done, but that's provided that you don't have a drum act up on you out of nowhere. But yeah, it can definitely get it done. You can get a lot of work done on it, and the results are great. It's just that risk, I suppose. Yeah. But I guess you can blow a print head on any computer, on any printer though. So
period. Yeah. So Fidel said they all have their own catch unit that I think comes with the, where did it go? It just jumped off on me. I think comes with the option to use neon colors, and that is very cool, but it doesn't print true black. Have you used the neon colors on it yet?
I've not used the neon colors yet, but he's absolutely right. You can't print true black. It's a mixed black, so it's almost indistinguishable from the naked eye. It's going to be black, but if you put it beside the shirt that either you guys are wearing, you will see that it's not as black as black could get. And so that's one of my biggest things with it. I wish that on jobs that had no cyan in it, because like sometimes I get a straight black and white job. I wish that on those, it does come with the black cartridge. I wish that I could take the cyan cartridge out and put the black cartridge in and be good, but they don't even allow you. They don't allow you to do that. It's going to, I would like to see either that or a 5 cartridge printer, where the black could be in there all the time. But we'll see how that goes.
40 acres and a mule. That's my old friend. Where you been? Used to be my homie. Now you act like you don't know me, man. You ain't talked to me since Scooby-Doo was a pup. What's going on? Man, so I'm gonna back away from the printing for a minute, man. So I discovered you on TikTok. I found you a while back, man. Right. And so they love you on TikTok, man. Can you talk about that and some of the steps you use to gain your popularity there?
I would say the biggest thing that my wife does somehow is hashtags and figuring out what the actual what's the catchiest song of the day or whatever the catchiest thing on there is, and then just putting that with the right times of day to post and stuff like that. And but mainly it's the hashtags.
So before you guys started in the TikTok world, were you one of them people that was like, man, I ain't messing with this TikTok?
Of course. Of course. What are you talking about? You tell me about TikTok. I'm like, we need to hit the streets and pass these cards out. We need to go to like flea market or something and set up and say we can make any shirt right here on the spot. We need to hit these Facebook groups. We need to do all of this. I don't even know what this TikTok is. I got a Samsung, watch. It don't even TikTok. It's straight up. What is this TikTok stuff that you speak of? And so she was like, and then so my wife was like, you need to get into it. We need to do it. I promise you it's gonna pay off. And she was like, I'm gonna use you as the face of it, and I'm gonna be everything behind it. But she was like, well, you can do all the talking, you can talk, and you can explain anything to anybody. And then I'll do the posting, I'll do the hashtags, I'll do the catchy, the catchy stuff, the trendy stuff. I'll do all the research. I just need you to be the face. I was like, all right, that seemed like a pretty good deal. Whatever,
That's fine.
Right,
Power
right.
team.
And that's what she said. She did all the marketing. She's done all of that good stuff. And we actually have gotten a lot more business off TikTok than we've gotten, from like Facebook and stuff like that, which I was surprised. But people just love to see how you do stuff, what you're doing, and then ask questions, get you to interact. And I think the biggest thing is because we interact with everybody, we don't hold any information back, and we respond to all of the comments. I think it makes people a lot less reluctant to work with you because when they see that this person responds, okay, so cool. If I have any questions, I'm sure they'll make. I always make myself available to answer them. So I think that's another thing that helps drive sales off TikTok and stuff like that.
But you got catchy videos too, man.
Like us.
You really like one of the first people I found when I jumped on TikTok.
Right.
I've been following you for a good little minute now.
I ain't the brand. I can't take credit for none of that now. Oh, that's my wife. Yeah. All of that is her. All the ideas, all of the stuff. Look, she hating now. She can't let me have a spotlight at all. Can't let me have nothing.
You had to let it be known.
Yeah, no, I let it. Hey, anything that we do, like with the Space Jam thing that we did when we fell back on the thing, all of that is 100% her. Half of the time, I'm like, why are we doing this? Nobody's gonna like this. This is silly,
Yeah, but
we do it and it hits, and then I gotta. Where's the crow? Put it in the microwave. Put it on the plate. I'm eating crow right now. This is what's for dinner. So I just stopped saying anything now. I just say yes, ma'am. Let's get it done. That's all I say.
That's a happy wife, happy life is what they say. That's why I got all the praise, man.
Exactly.
This show is being brought to you also by the vinylstand.com, authorized BFlex heat transfer vinyl dealer. Use code SquadTalk10 or SquadTalk20 and get 20% off the total order. Pick up some DTF transfers and sublimation blanks for a limited time only. Use the code SquadTalk10.
Links in the description.
And that's gonna be definitely the next thing I try to get into is DTF. I got to figure that out. Let those parts become readily available, and then I'm on that. I'm on it. Like I said, it's another tool in my tool belt. I'm on it.
Man, I got a DTF printer right here, man. One day, maybe. I don't know. It's an acquired taste.
That's what I've heard. It's just like this is what I've heard. I've heard if you're ordering the prints, you're gonna be, you'll be pretty straight. You good. But if you're going to print those yourself, it's almost as controversial as the 650. Almost.
Yeah.
And that and DTG. So it's like all three of these guys are the next level up from what all of us are doing, which is vinyl and print and cut. Everything that's the next level up is super controversial. And I understand because the barrier to entry is so high. At that point, we don't like to tolerate failure. I'm not going to lie to you. That's really what I feel like it is.
But as far as DTF, man, the thing about that, man, like if you get a DTF machine and you pay for it, you're going to pay. It's going to cost you a check. But if you're converting some, it's not that bad once you find the right printer.
Right.
But like to get somebody like I got a 1430 right here, and if I was to sell this 1430, I might get $400-500 just as it is.
Right.
But if I sold it as a DTF printer, man, that's like $2,000 or better.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just from pulling up the rolls, it makes a difference.
Yeah.
But I gotta read this, man. Sketches to Design says, "Wise woman." Period. 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 Fidel said, right, the wife's always behind the game. Man, y'all hear me talking about my wife all the time, man. I got another one out here. It's like it's one of the things, man. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, have y'all even looked into what do people call the DTF one? Is it DTF Nights or something like that? I don't know. I can't remember what it is. But like
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but it's like they sell a printer. Well, they're getting ready to start selling the printer. I think it's on pre-order now, and they support it fully and all of that good stuff. Yeah. That's what I was really looking for. Like if something happens and it breaks down, can I get parts in a timely fashion or what have you. Because I think I had what you have. You said you have the Epson 13. What is it?
I got 1430.
1430. Is that the Artisan?
Yeah.
The big one? Yeah. Okay. So that's what I got in the kitchen. That was my first machine that I had doing it for sublimation. So I thought about trying to convert that one because but trying to convert that one, but I just hadn't had any time. No lie.
Yeah. So with that, like, it's simple. VVIinks.com has all the cartridges you need.
Okay.
They're but it's pretty simple, man. I'm just like me, I'm not patient.
I understand.
I'm not a patient person, so all that learning curve and then now trying to learn to rip software has been my thing. And then when I got ink on my carpet, dripped some ink on my carpet, I was like, I said, yeah, we're gonna hold off on this for a hot second.
No, I understand.
I did just order plastic for the floor, one of them plastic mats, so we might be back at it soon. But I like that 1430, bro. With you already having a printer, you're gonna spend about $300 more and you can get ready to roll.
Right. Okay. That ain't that bad then.
So, yeah, it's worth it.
Definitely gonna look on into that. Maybe I can try to convert that thing and see what type of stuff I can make with that.
Designs 813 has a video on it. South Bay Creations has a video on the conversion for the 1400, which is basically the same printer.
Right.
Anthony.
Then you got like groups, Facebook groups, DTF Cove, they good group, DTF No BS, good group. Iron Designs 813, another good group for DTF. All three of them groups, man, you can learn whatever and anything about the DTF world.
All right. Definitely have to look into that because, like I said, I don't want to tell anybody no, man. I don't want to tell anybody no if I can help it.
Like
within reason. Within reason.
Yeah. Have you used the transfers yet?
What, the DTF transfers? No.
Yeah.
I think probably the closest I've come to that is stuff from Transfers Express. I don't know if they like the ones that are actually printed ones. I don't know if that's DTF or if that's white tone. I can't.
I think Transfer Express is more plastisol.
Yeah.
But like, man, South Bay Creation, it's a lot of people you can buy the transfers. I got so many damn DTF transfers, but I like the feel of them.
Right.
I got on a shirt. I put on a blank shirt, Circle Clothing t-shirt right here. Shout out Circle Clothing. But
description.
They know all that dryer and separate and hanging, man. I throw it in there and they last pretty well.
Right. Yeah, because to be honest, when I test these shirts out, that's what I do. Because I'm like, that's what nobody's gonna do what we asked them to do with these. So they're gonna ball that thing up and throw it right in there with everything else. If it can survive that 10 or 12 times, I think like with these, I think I got up to 30 with one of them, and then, it's just now starting to degrade or what have you. But if you can ball it up and throw it in that 10 or 12 times, I don't think anybody's gonna be too mad, with it.
Yeah. So you said you got a YouTube too. So what's your YouTube about?
Yeah, that's like I said, that's when I used to think I could play video games. We got the Breeze Tees one going now. But I used to try to play NBA 2K, man. I was terrible. I used to try to play that in Call of Duty, and this is all stuff from when YouTube first came out. So when YouTube first came out, this is like 2008, 2000. I had the channel since then. I was just trying to play video games and stuff, and everybody else was cashing in. I was like, I was pretty good. I started looking at those other guys, man. I ain't even close. I was like, why nobody watching me? Oh, because I'm trash. That's why. Okay, well, let me do. Then I realized people actually like laughing at me for being bad. And then I was like, once I got past the whole ego thing, a lot of people started, watching. And then I just, after that, I was just like, I'm not good enough to survive in this arena. So let me change it over a little bit. It's been pretty much t-shirts ever since.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Yeah, the t-shirts, man. It's a fun thing, man. My heat press is mad at me. I ain't fired up my heat press in in a minute. And I got some stuff I need to do. But my room is in a disarray. Is the reason why. But
right,
like the t-shirt thing is, it's crazy. Like to go back to TikTok, like some of the videos I see from you, from some other people I follow on TikTok, like
right.
It's crazy how it just takes it's taking over.
Yeah,
like and then do you notice with your TikTok that people follow you that have nothing to do with t-shirts, but they follow you? And like that's one of the good things I like about TikTok. It's not about they ain't even got to be doing what you do for you to get that good follower.
Exactly. And they're gonna be there for every video, everything you upload, every live. They're gonna be there supporting you. It's just like it's crazy. Like you said, like they don't even do t-shirts. They just want to see something come out of the printer. What's coming out of the printer today? Like that. That's what they. I'm like, wow. You're right. It is. It's crazy, but
wow, how they just tap on for just to see that and then keep it moving.
Exactly.
Bridget Smith asks, "What does DTF feel like?" DTF is soft. It's a soft feel. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but it's a soft feel. I like it. It lasts. It holds up. And it'll take a beating. For the most part.
I say it feels way smoother than Plastisol. Plastisol got like rough feel, like you can feel there's pain.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's more or less what I was asking. So does it almost feel like would you say it almost has what like a, but is it softer than vinyl though, or would you say about the same? Okay.
Softer than vinyl.
Right. So we would say almost like it's probably almost like then I would probably then say like the ones that I don't even want to describe it as rubbery, but y'all know what I mean. Like you feel some of the shirts and you go across it's more rubbery than vinyl-y or papery, I guess you would say. Would that be about accurate? But definitely softer, or it feels more part of the shirt. Would you say?
I mean, it depends on who prints them and how much ink was laid down.
Okay, understand.
The percentages of ink will determine like that rubbery feel.
Okay,
like I get mine from South Bay Creations, and they don't have that rubbery feel. It's just a soft feeling.
Okay,
it's hard to explain it because I'm not wearing one.
Right.
Usually I am.
That's why you have to double press to get a smooth one.
I have to double press for you to get a smoother feel. I think that's with anything though.
Yeah.
Double press pretty much everything.
Really get into the grain of the shirt. So
yeah. I double press vinyl, even though they try to act like you can sing. But I don't trust that. I double press that too. I boom, pull it up, take the thing off. I'm hitting it again. So
do you find yourself ever over pressing vinyl? Have you ever over pressed vinyl?
Oh yeah, and then after 3 or 4 washes, it's like whatever was white is now this color of the shirt is like red or whatever. I overpressed it before a lot of times. And that was one of the things I had to learn. That's why I had to go, why is this happening? And I go back, dye migration. Okay, what causes dye migration? Oh, I'm too hot and too much pressure. Okay, so yeah, I definitely have done that with vinyl a few times. What press do you use? Funny that you asked. They don't even make it anymore. They made it for like 3 months and stopped. It's a StarCraft swing. It's a StarCraft swing press with the drawer. Oh, so yeah, it was like $9.99 when I bought it, and they made that thing for like 3 months, and then I think my board where you read the temperature stuff, the press still worked fine, but the board where I read the temperature started going a little bit dim or whatever, and it's like, oh yeah, we got a replacement for you. They sent it right out. I replaced that thing. Everything's been great with it ever since, but I don't know. They just made it for like 3 months, and then they don't even make them anymore.
I wonder why that was, but it's hard to get heat presses right now in general.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm hoping this thing don't do anything on me, because I was watching my guy, a t-shirt buddy or whatever, and he said his press went out, and I'm thinking like, why don't you just get another? He's like, I can't get another one. Mm-hmm. And so he almost had to go back to the manufacturer, and I guess they saw his video or something, and they sent him one. There's like you too important in the community to not have your press or whatever. So they gave him they sent him something. But I was just like, wow, because I wouldn't have thought that it was hard to get stuff like that, but I guess it's hard to get anything that has any computer components right now.
And then the shipping and getting across seas and all that stuff is bad right now.
Right.
So what do you do outside of t-shirts?
I think I can play basketball a little bit every now and then, but my body wants to move at a rate that my brain wants to move at a rate that my body won't allow me to anymore. Once you cross like 38, it's over with. I fought it for 2 or 3 more years, but this year I think I'm gonna retire. I'm done playing basketball. Cause you just get tired of. I know you get tired of saying, dude, when I was 20, I would have killed. You get tired of saying that, and they don't believe that. And we wasn't trying to hit that when we were 20. I get tired of. So I got to hit them with one good move. Okay, see, that's what you would have got all day when I was 20. I'm gone now. Now I can't walk out. So I thought I could play basketball. I lift all the time. I try to stay in the gym. And then other than that, my little boy and my wife, that's about it. Try to keep them entertained. But and like I said, my IT work. I mean, I'm like one of the head techs for a small, we used to be a small IT company, then they got bought. So it's not small anymore, but I'm still the head tech for that sector of people that I was. So that's what I
answered the question for me that I was gonna ask. So you're doing both still. So
yeah. I feel like I could probably it's one of those things where it's like, man, this day job is too good to me to go full time. But I know if I went full time, I could, I could make what I was making over here. But it's like I don't want to make what I was making. I want to double it or triple it. When I get to that point, then I'll be like, okay, I can let go of the day job. I don't want to quit to make what I'm making now. And I feel like I'm in the same spot when I can do them both. Then,
right.
That's where I am. And if anybody quit first, it's got to be my wife because she the brains. She the brains of the operation. So if anybody quit first, it's gonna be her, and she's not making me say this. No, she will be the first one to quit. I promise you.
Yeah. So with the eye color, man, you can press on more than just shirts, or
you can press on. We did some. You can do like hard surfaces. It can do like little tattoos, like semi-permanent tattoos and stuff like that. You can go on mugs. We did some with the Cricket. We took the Cricket Easy Press and bought some not shot glasses, but like some whiskey glasses or whatever, and put like logos and stuff on it. You can go wood. You can go acrylic. Pretty much anything. It's almost like vinyl. Anything that can withstand the heat, you can press on it.
See, if they get that learning curve down and the process down, that could be that can really be a monster machine.
That's true. Now with those, there is no learning curve because it's a one-step paper with that. So you don't have to marry anything or do anything. So if you don't, you just print it out and then you press it on whatever you want to, and then that's where you can get the full color prints, for like the glasses and just pretty much anything. So a lot of people that do that, they buy the 5.6, whatever the one is like 3,000, it's like 3,500. It can do 8.5 by 11 prints, and that's what the hard paper is anyway. The one-step paper is 8.5 by 11, so it does those. A lot of people buy it like that, and then that's all they do is hard surfaces because it lets you do full color hard surfaces like keychains and stuff like wood and all types of stuff like that. I know I saw one woman that's all she does is prints out of that thing and does not shot glasses, but she does those glasses, little whiskey glasses, and like you send her the design, boom, she slaps it on a whiskey glass, cure it, and then she sends it out to you. So
how big does a 650 cut?
It can go up. The 650 can go up to 12 by 19. And then the one above it goes 13 by 19. But I figured 12 by 19 is big enough for most people. Yeah. And if I can't do it this way, I turn it sideways and make it big enough. So
generally with the bigger sizes, it's usually for the like 3X, 4X, 5X, 6X. That's what
exactly.
So can you print sublimation with the eye color?
Yes, you can, but you have to buy the sublimation toner. So you get the sublimation toner. It can do glitter too. So if you buy it, you have to buy it like for the glitter. You have to buy a clear toner and glitter paper. But it can do it'll be color glitter. I guess it'll be just like when people press with glitter vinyl and then sublimate on top of that. But it just makes it into one step. So it'll just be it'll print color and glitter. Like it's so much upside that I haven't even gotten into yet. But like I said, just getting past that marrying, it's like that's what a lot of people can't get past. And I think that's partially Unionet's issue too, because they send you that regular paper, the standard paper, that standard paper, no beginner should be using that standard paper. It's too difficult to work with. You come out with some good prints, but like I had several people that said, yo, I was getting ready to send this thing back. I couldn't deal with it. And then I pointed them in the direction of this one was done with the Easy Peel. I pointed them in the direction of Easy Peel. I was like, thank you so much, because now this Easy Peel makes it so much better. And then once we went into the iColor Select paper, they're like, thank you so much for the Select, because this makes it so much better. But the paper that they send you from the beginning, because they're just trying to get the sale and pack as much into your initial package as they can, I think that's partially their fault. They should not send anybody that standard paper at all. I can do it now because I'm really good at it now. I can use that standard paper, but I would have much preferred to have used that iColor Select paper in the beginning, because it's much easier to work with. So I think part of that is Unionet's issue. They got to tell their sales team to sell the Select and tell them it's going to make it easier, for them for them and customers or what have you.
You just dropped a bunch of gems on us about this iColor. Yeah. I didn't know it did. You can switch it to sublimation, glitter.
Yeah, you switch. Mean,
like even down to the processes, some troubleshooting. I mean, you just gave us a whole bunch of gems on the that Okie Unionet for the 8th time.
Yeah, Unionet.
Aaron, you know what he's talking about.
But I mean, like I said, though, the biggest thing is if you got one, I would say don't give up right off the bat. But know your tolerance level for it, because if something is aggravating you and it seems like it's going to be more trouble than it's worth, by all means, send that thing back. But if you feel like you got a little fight in you and you can deal with it, I say if you persevere through that little first roadblock, I think you'll grow to love it. And with all the versatility it has, it's just so many things it opens the door for that it's definitely worth it.
So before we got on camera, you had mentioned you do a lot of gym clothes, right?
Right.
Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, what I normally do is I had a guy that was in school, and I would come up with designs and he would draw them, and then he got out of school and became a professional. He became way too expensive for me to use. But I still rock with him though. That's my guy Shaq, man. I still pay him to do all my designs. But I just come up with funny stuff, funny little sayings or whatever, and then just have him to draw it, illustrate it for me, and then do it. And in the beginning, I was doing it all with vinyl. So, I would tell him always just make it one flat cut, use flat cut, because he's an artist. So he gonna artist it up and make it look so good. Yeah. Bro, you gotta use flat colors because I'm layering vinyl. You have to, that's what I was telling him in the beginning. And then that's when so he would send me 2 things. He's like, it will look a lot better like this, but here's your flat thing, whatever. Yeah. And so that's when I said, you know what? Let me figure out what I can use. And that's when I started using 3G Jet Opaque. And then, went from there. But, it's just little funny little gym sayings and stuff like that. I got a few Deadpool shirts. I got like better sore, not sorry. Just little sayings like that. That's look cool on a gym shirt. I got one that says gym shirt. That's it. For some reason people love that one. I don't know. And I got one that said shooters shoot, we playing basketball and stuff like that. That was a hot saying a couple months ago, man. Shooters gonna shoot. So that's all I do. I just have a lot of fun with that. And like I said, a lot of people that follow me on Instagram and stuff, they are gym people too. So they will buy them from me here and there and all of that good stuff. But I saw a lot of those doggone shirts, I ain't gonna lie to you. Because everybody like the gym, you want to have something to wear. So, that was easy to make.
So we got a lot of comments.
Yeah. Go ahead. You can read them, Mike.
Texas Finest Apparel says the eye color you need to put dots for anything to last.
Yeah. That's called the rasterization. So it's like if you wanted to last a long time, depending on the paper that you use, you have to use the rasterization dots, which is just like what it'll do is it'll just put a bunch of little dots in here. So if I'm standing at this distance, it'll be indistinguishable. You wouldn't be able to tell. But once you got up on me, you would tell it's a whole bunch of little dots or what have you. And that helps the washability tremendously. And it helps the feel too. If I did dots versus no dots, you could feel it with no dots, and it'll feel kind of papery or what have you. You know, you could feel the design. I put a lot of dots in it. You almost can't even feel it. So it helps the durability a lot. But I ain't have a lot of customers that was into that, so I never have done it.
What's up, Levi? How you doing tonight?
Levi, what's going on?
JC Productions. I just got my new 1400 with the DTF ink. It's working flawlessly. I am happy as a blind person. I am able to print in DTF. Now, thank you, squad. Thank you, Big Boy Prince. And thank you, Alexandra and Vivian. Salute to all of y'all. Fidel says they want you to buy the expensive one.
Yeah. You might be talking about the paper.
Yeah. What's up? Just say the word.
Gina Gill.
All right, that's
it. Mike.
Comments. That's long paragraphs. Why did you decide to use a white toner printer instead of a DPF or any other technology or transfer sheets from Supercolor or any other company?
Good question. My biggest thing was I'm impatient. So I want what I want when I want it. I want to be able to just walk in the kitchen and print my own joint instead of waiting. If I got a big job, of course, I always order from Supercolor, Transfers Express, all those people. But if I want to do something right now, if I'm just playing around, if I'm experimenting, if somebody has a small order, some people want stuff the same day. I wanted to be able to not only get things to people the same day locally, but at the same time, I wanted to be able to provide smaller quantities in these type of prints to people, you know, that wanted them also. Because I don't have any type of minimum. You can order one from me and I'll send it out to you. I ain't got a problem with it. So that's really the long and the short of it. I wanted to be able to feel that niche spot where, you know, print these things with no minimum, but also when I want to do something, or if I have a shirt order that's locally with a lot of colors and stuff, I can just do it.
Yeah.
So if a person wanted to get some prints done, how would that reach you?
They can go on TikTok, or they can go on Etsy and do it, or they can go directly to the site, the Breeze Tees website, and we have a form on there where you can contact us, upload your artwork. We'll get right back with you and say, hey, we need to be a little bit bigger. This is perfect. Do you want us to knock the color out? You know, stuff like that. We get right back with you, and then we go from there. But so the Breeze Tees website, Etsy, or just contact us on TikTok.
And so how much the prints go for?
If you do a gang sheet, you fill up the whole sheet. We do 12, and an adult size print, you know, it's just 9.
No cricket.
What's that?
I said no cricket.
Exactly. We got, and that's another thing. I bought the bigger paper because I wanted to be able to do the, you know, all the way up, like as tall as the paper is, I can go up to 11.5. But if I turn it sideways, you got 19 inches. You got 19 by 11. So, you know, I can make it fit on there some type of how.
I think I might reach out to you about that. I just want to see what it feel like.
Yeah.
I've never used it. JC Production said, I have a client that spent $12,000 on the eye color 800 and having problems marrying and peeling. She called eye color, said pay us $1,000 and we'll give her support after a $12,000 printer. That's crazy.
And that's what I'm telling you. A lot of people That's what it is. Like you get that thing, and then you're gonna need some help, and it's just like, nah, I can't pay you anymore. I've already paid this much, and I definitely, that's why I said I definitely see why after that I send it back too. I ain't gonna lie to you. I probably will feel that way also. Oh, $1,000? Okay, okay.
Customer service, if nothing else.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I feel about it. But she can always watch some of our videos on TikTok and stuff like that. Catch one of our lives or something like that, and we'll always answer any questions that she might have. You know, I'll be supporting. Yeah. I'm always on there. I help anybody with any questions that they have, because I would say at this point in time, I probably have as much knowledge with that thing as anybody is gonna have that doesn't work for Uninet. So yeah. So
Uninet, you heard me. Is that so that we need a check, mate?
Yeah.
Oh man.
But
yeah.
What's going on? She did her first clip today on YouTube. Y'all going over there and check her out.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Post the link in the squad, man. Hey, so I don't know if you know, bro. We run a group. We got a Facebook group called the Squad, man. You should come join, man.
I would definitely join that, because I'm always I don't know everything. So if I need to ask a question, or anybody need to ask me a question, I'm always. Yeah,
I think that would be dope, man.
Yeah, I definitely will do that. It's just knowledge is so hard to come by out here about this thing, man. Because like I tell people, this is the way I explain it. Like some people don't want to. I understand if I've spent time to acquire the knowledge. Sometimes, people want to be compensated for the time they spent acquiring the knowledge. But sometimes people just don't want to help you just because they think you're going to encroach upon their customers. And I'm like, every time I walk into SNS Activewear, there's millions of shirts in there. I haven't printed on those million shirts. So obviously I'm not doing t-shirts for everybody. There's enough money for, there's enough for everybody to get. And maybe one day I might have to throw you some business that I can't handle, but how can I feel confident in throwing you business that I can't handle if you ask me a question and I didn't even prepare you for it at all? It's just like you're just supposed to figure it out. So I definitely see it both ways, but I just try to help out anybody that asks. So
I mean, that's how you get your blessings, man. That's what we did this for. That's what this is about, man. The people we bring on here just drop gems, man. Give everybody some type of outlook, like having you, man. None of us knew about this eye color. We just heard the good stories and the million bad stories about it, man. You put it in real perspective,
right?
For me, I'm sure Mike T's and a whole bunch of other people.
Yeah,
right.
Fidel Alera says, "What? That's not fair. After all the money you paid, wow."
Excuse me.
Yeah.
So do you think that you're gonna up, or you think you're gonna get another one, or are you gonna wait till the newest model come out? Like, how content are you with the 650? I mean, I know it's 8,000. That's a healthy price to pay.
Yeah. Right now I'm cool. The reason I bought the 650 is because we were 100% gonna buy the 550, but then I realized it could only do 8.5 by 11, and I said I know that need for 11 by 17 is gonna happen.
Yeah,
I had faith that it was gonna happen pretty quickly, and it did. And so I said I don't want to buy one for 3,500, and then the next couple of months feel like I should have just spent another 3,500, and I've been almost there. So we just went ahead and got the 650, but it was mainly just because of the size that we did that. The next thing that I probably was looking at, I won't upgrade eye color printers. I won't do that. But the next thing I'm definitely looking at is I don't think I'm gonna do DTG either, just because the maintenance part of it, and then I don't want to spend. This is just me. I don't want to spend what 8 to 12 or almost 20 for the machine, and then another 4 for the pre-treat thing. I know you can do the pre-treat trick with the paint joint or whatever. Like I know you can do that, but I just feel like everybody else. We spending 16 grand. We shouldn't have to do all that. So it's like one of those things. So I don't know if I do anything else, it's going to be DTF. Like I said, I'm still waiting. I think I want to say it's DTF Nights or whatever. They have some machines that look like they're around like they can print pretty quickly, and they're gonna be in the 3,500 range, something like that, starting in their range. So I'm like, hey, that'll be cool. So whatever anybody wants, they want a bunch of joints quick, I can do that. If they want them, if they want them, and they can do that, then that's cool. And other than that, probably embroidery. I gotta start on embroidery. I gotta dip my toe into that and see if it's worth it. It's a lot of I heard it's a lot of business in embroidery if you can do.
Oh yeah, embroidery is definitely an avenue I'm willing to explore myself. I really want to get into embroidery.
Right.
JC Production said, "Do you ever see yourself getting into other things like laser cutting or 3D printing or CNC?"
I gotta see. I don't see myself doing 3D printing. Just because, like I said, with IT, I'm way too close to that. I actually have, believe it or not, I got a CNC laser machine. I've never taken it out of the package because it's so busy, man. I think when I got that thing, then we started getting T-shirt orders, and then the next thing we bought, like a whole year later. I think I had the thing for like a year. A whole year later, we bought the eye color, and then that went through the roof because I saw somebody. I think I bought something that was engraved. And I think it's just like a little wallet or something I saw that I bought that was engraved. I was like, this is really nice work. I can do this too. I can do this too. So, there's a lot of money to be made from that. So, you go that route. I think I do that with almost everything though. But I do have one of those machines. I just never have used it.
Wow. So I'm gonna have to have an intervention with you. Like Seek be telling me, y'all got a whole bunch of equipment.
Mm-hmm.
That button maker over there.
Well, what are you talking about?
You already know what I'm talking about.
What you talking about, Willis?
Put that stuff to you.
I am definitely guilty.
I realized that button maker, man, I forgot about it. I just remember like yesterday. I was like, I got a button maker I've never used. It's almost a year old. I got stuff, bro. Like if I was to like take my camera and go in my garage, y'all would be like, what the hell?
Full break over there.
Shannon Kraus said at Mike T stopping through the show support is bedtime. Good night.
Salute. Thank you for stopping through.
Fidel said if you had a business, it's okay. Otherwise, you ended working for it. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. What's the eye color or the CNC?
I think the CNC is what he was
talking about. Okay, yeah. My one of my buddies, that's another reason I got into it because he has he said once he started doing like the wood cutting and stuff. So he was in a fraternity in college or what have you. So he started doing he bought the mill, he bought it and started doing the paddles or what have you for people. Like he's my age now, like he's in college 25 years ago. But
how old are you?
Bought it. I'll be 41. But so he
that black don't crack, man. I'm telling you. Man.
So he said. So he said he started doing that because he was the one put me on the t-shirts, gave me all the gems, told me where to get the vinyl from, where to get the shirts from, where to get everything from. He was like, "Yo, I'm telling you because." Like you said, I can't print all the shirts myself, so I took the same attitude, and I've been paying it forward ever since. Because he didn't hold back anything when I asked him, and he gave me information. And I was like, every time I saw him, he had something else for me. Like, I'm tired of you telling me stuff, man. But go ahead on. I got my pad right here. So you know what I mean? Like he was always dropping something on me. And then that's the next thing he did. He got the laser cutting for the wood, and he just makes paddles, like custom paddles for fraternity paddles for everybody now. And he's like, he makes so much money off that he hadn't printed a t-shirt in 2 years. I'm like,
wow.
Yeah. So Fidel said he was talking about the DTG when he said business is okay, otherwise you end up working for it.
I feel you. Yeah. I said the same thing with this.
Yeah.
The exact same thing. If you got a business, it's cool, but otherwise you'll because it's just like anything with this with the white toner, it's literally you're probably making what you put in. So if I spend $5, I'm gonna make $5, and that doesn't always feel like you're making a whole lot of profit. But if you spend 20, you're gonna make 20. You spend you know, you spend 400, you're gonna make 800, you know, and that's just how it goes. Like you'll sit there and be like, man, I'm spending a lot of money on supplies, but then you see I've paid for everything that I had to do for the supplies, but then I also got surplus. So you see you're making money, but it's just the amount that goes out for you to come in. It's like when you're doing vinyl one at a time, I'm spending $30, I'm gonna make 60 or 100.
Yeah.
But with this thing, it's like I gotta spend 400 to make 800, and it's like it's about the same ratio, but it's just like the initial cost is 400. You're like, God, like I really got to spend 400 right off the bat to make this 8.
Right. Check out the gate.
Exactly. And then with vinyl and stuff, it's like when I spend this 30 or 60, I've got the order in. With this, I got to spend 400. Then I got to go get it. I still got to go get it. I still got to go make this work and get these sales. So, you know, that's why I love vinyl, because you can just do it right there. We got the vinyl place, like not even 20 minutes from us. We got the shirt place where I can order a shirt before 2:00, not even 20 minutes away from me. And I'm telling you, if you put your order in before 2:00, I'll have it to you by 5. If it's within reason, and you like, that's why I love vinyl so much. But
so where are you based out of?
Oh, we're in Atlanta.
Atlanta, Georgia. Okay.
ATL.
Yeah.
So y'all got a lot of stuff out there, man.
Right, man. The shirt place and vinyl place. Yep, right on the same exit. Boom, bam, bam, and I'm right back at it.
And y'all got Cosmos Inc. So y'all got the sublimation out there, everything.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff right here, man. It's like I'm fortunate where I am because I can get all this stuff right. And even if I couldn't, I just get it the next day. You know, you order it and they still send it to you the next day if you order before 5, so you're still good. But it's just like that's why I love it so much, because I can do vinyl prints on an as needed basis, like boom, 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 right when you order it, I got you. But with this, it might be like, hey, I have to order some paper. You that's a big order. I have to order some paper. I got to overnight this stuff in, and you know it's $400, and then you may only have 10 shirts. Now I still have to cover I got to cover the other 90 sheets. You know, I gotta go get business for that. So I think that's the part, because you end up, nobody like holding inventory. Let's be honest.
Right.
And you have to hold inventory with that, or you just won't be prepared. So I think that's another thing. It's like, dang, man, I was gonna spend 400. I don't even know if I'm gonna make 400 off this. But you price your stuff right, you good.
So with that, like them sheets, man, like what is a typical price of you to create a shirt with your sheet cost, your shirt cost, and time and production? Like, what does it cost you to make a shirt?
With that, I mean, well, shirt's probably gonna be $200-$300. I mean, $2 or $3 for a shirt. The sheet, depending on how many I average, I save on average. I'm gonna get 2 prints per sheet just because of the way that people order. So I average about two, probably $3 per print. And then, so I'm about $5-$6 into it, into something. And then, well, that's with the ink and all of that, so $2-$3 a print. So let's just say I'm $6 into it. Most of the time, if you're an old customer, I charge you $12. New customers, it's around $15-$20. But I got a lot of people that I hooked in with that $12 vinyl price, all those years ago, and they still have not forgotten that we have expanded. They don't care. Day one. I'm day one. I need $10 shirts, front and back, with the logo right here and the crest with my name and foot. Like, bro, you can't get that anymore. I need,
Yeah, for sure.
For time inflation, shoot,
exactly.
prices went up.
Exactly. Like they
still shoot.
Exactly. They still think they can call you at 10 o'clock at night. Hey man, you got some shit? No, I don't have those. I don't keep them on hand. Let me see what I have in inventory. I don't have them. I'm very sorry. You have to wait till tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. JC Production said, I think that we individuals that are into technology, we just buy technology because it's awesome. We're just big boys with expensive equipment. The more expensive, the better sometimes. Congratulations. I feel
that is a fact. That is a fact.
How close are you to Evans?
Evans is like Augusta, so that's probably about an hour.
Okay. Oh, that ain't bad.
Yeah, not nowhere really. Because everywhere in Atlanta, because the truth of the matter is everywhere in Atlanta, 20 miles is probably gonna take me an hour to get there in Atlanta. So, and I'm sure you guys, y'all know that everybody's from. Yeah. It's just like that in Atlanta. 20 minutes away from work and 20 miles away from work, but I'm an hour and a half, really.
Yeah.
What? But that's just how it is. So.
Wow. So I'm gonna get into this rapid fire, but the reason I had asked you about how close you were to Evans is because the vinylstand.com, authorized BFlex and HTV dealer. Use code SquadTalk20 and get 20% off the total order. Pick up some DTF transfers and sublimation blanks if you need to. And this is for a limited time only. Once again, that's the Vinyl Stand.
Oh, so I could order my DTF transfers there and just drive there and pick them up. Okay.
Yep,
that's another tool. See, that's another. I ain't even got to buy the DTF printer. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's a hammer in the tool belt, man.
Yep. Go. Hey, don't forget to use that promo code.
I will not forget to use the promo code. My wife is watching, so she's taking it down right now. She been trying to get a DTF print forever, so she just want to see what it's like. So that's what we'll do. And like I said, like we said, for big orders. I still use all of the main ones that everybody else uses. I'm not gonna burn. Once you do the cost benefit of it, and you say it may cost me $100 to do this on my own printer, but it'll cost me $120 for them to use their equipment and make sure it's done right. I still will outsource that because it's too close, and I don't want to burn up my ink and my paper, to do it. So I still outsource a lot of actual prints. But if it's like I just need 2 or 3 and I need them today, now I charge you the rush fee and I'll go ahead and get them done here.
Mm-hmm. All right. So assuming you watched our shows before and you've heard of rapid fire, it's where I ask you 5 questions. You can answer to the best of your capabilities.
Okay.
You have the choice to have that IP or the iColor 650.
Mm-hmm.
Or the DTF machine of your dreams, or the Racoma, or any embroidery machine. Which one are you going to choose?
Oh man, why you gonna throw a doggone wrench in there with the embroidery machine? I
know you want one like I want one.
Oh man, wow! All right, it's rapid too though. Can't even think about it. I'll probably go DTF if it's one of those. If it's one of those ones that's self-contained and done like I've been looking at with DTF Night, and it's an actual machine, already done. I don't have to convert it to anything. I'll probably go with DTF just because I feel like I would. Man, that's tough. Man. I'm going DTF. I'm gonna go DTF just because I had that's the only medium I haven't done before. I'm going with DTF.
It's Halloween season. You also have your iColor or vinyl. You only have an hour to make this shirt. Which one are you choosing? Which process?
Is it flat or is it?
Right, let me say.
Hey, whatever it is to get the job done. If it's a lot of words, I'm printing it. Not even gonna lie to you. If it's a bunch of words, I'm lying to you because you know how we do with vinyl. If it's a lot of words and it's not a lot of loops, then I'm going vinyl. Yeah. If it's a lot of words and if it's words and a bunch of loops, I'm printing it. But with this being Halloween, if it's a pumpkin or something like that, something I can get away with vinyl, it's gonna be orange, green, whatever. I promise you, I'm going vinyl every single time that it permits me to. I'm doing it every time. But if it's if they want gradient colors and I ask them, are the colors important? And they say yes, we want the gradient colors. I gotta print it. I ain't got no choice. But I'm going vinyl every time just because it's just I can get it in, get out, and be done.
What's your favorite
brand of vinyl?
Right now, I would say the StarCraft stretch.
Oh, I'm sorry, we already covered that.
Yeah. And then right behind that is gonna be the Caesar stretch. The Caesar stretch, because I like both of those because it's because they're opaque. Not opaque. I'm sorry. The matte finish rather than the semi gloss. That's why I like both of those. So StarCraft stretch, and then Caesar stretch.
So, what's your favorite holiday?
Oh, favorite holiday. That's a good question. Is my birthday a holiday?
We'll take it. We'll take it.
That's the first. I think that's the first.
No. Hold on. My wife's birthday. Yes.
Your wife's birthday.
Yes. Hey, listen, and let me tell you why I can get away. Let me tell you why I can get away with that. Because my wife was born on New Year's, so New Year's Day is my favorite holiday. So yeah, that's right. My wife's birthday. Yeah.
Capricorn. My birthday January 5th. Capricorn's in the building.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
And she's not making me say this either. I promise you.
See, we on Family Feud now. Good answer.
Yeah. Favorite final question, man. What is some? You've dropped a lot of gems on us, but what are some words of wisdom that you give to somebody that's just now getting into the business that you're in? Or
if you're just not getting into the business, let me tell you what, vinyl is your best friend. I promise you that. Learn that part of the business inside and out. Figure out how to do everything that you're capable of doing in vinyl first. Because I promise you, what you will learn doing vinyl will translate to nearly everything else, from how to lay it down. Because like even with vinyl, okay, the first thing that we all are terrible at is making this be straight. It's going to be like this the first 15, 20 shirts you do. At least with vinyl, you can lay it down and then it's going to stick and you can hold it up and say, okay, that's not quite right. Lay it back down, tilt it. Okay, that's not quite, you know what I'm saying? You can do that stuff. It's so many small things that you learn doing vinyl that you don't even realize you learned until you get there. I say, get you a Cricut, get you a Cricut and like I did, $130 heat press off Amazon. Just go and just go. Don't invest a whole bunch of money in the beginning because you don't even know if you're going to want to do it. So that's why I say vinyl is probably the best thing. If you got a friend that has a Cricut, send them the design and just have them to cut it out for you and see if you want to be able to press these things. You know what I'm saying? Just figure out and feel your way through it. And then if you want to aspire and get your Cricut, or your silhouette can see you can't graduate, you can't go straight to the Cameo, man. You gotta graduate from the Cricut to the Cameo.
I don't get why you can't though, because that's how I started. I started with the Cameo and then expanded.
Most people can't do it. I promise you most people can't do it. I will promise you most people cannot do it.
Press that, please, sir.
Voice of reason.
You guys heard the man say you gotta graduate to the Cameo. So unless you know that the Cricut is like preschool.
Yes.
Like being 17 and riding a bike with training wheels.
So you're not lying. You're not lying. But like,
taking this. All right.
But most people want to start with the Cricut first, just because. Let me tell you why. Because the most YouTube videos are going to be on the Cricut. You're gonna have it.
Change that though right now. We actively changing that right now.
Hey, we can do it, man. I'm right there with you. If they want to learn, they want some silhouette video. But the most videos are gonna be on the Cricut. And when you type in how to do vinyl, that's the first thing that people are gonna see. They're gonna see, they see that Cricut.
That Cricut, man, that's that craft mom. So a lot of that's why it's so much. I'm not even shooting a shot on that, but that's
no, you're serious. You're right.
That's the real deal. That's why there's so many videos. It's Cricut. I give them that. It's definitely a household name as far as vinyl cutters go. But you guys heard that though. He's like, Dad. I learned. I'm riding my bike. I ain't got the credit with him. He said, "Son, you're 21."
I came from Cameo, then graduate. Yeah, exactly. That's what I did too. Like I Cameo, and then you go from there. Once you learn how to master that Cameo, though, and you put that time in, you feel like you can do any software after that. I promise you, because that rip was like, I could do that in my sleep. That rip was nothing compared to mastering Cameo. Yeah. I mean, and it wasn't Cameo wasn't even hard. It's just like the rip was just nothing compared to what I had to learn. With the print and cut part of Cameo, I guess I would say. Because you got to learn how to do that. But see, I had got so good with it, I could go into Photoshop and put the bleed on myself and then put it in the Cameo. And then I would make the cut smaller so it would cut into the bleed, and I would never have any white space and stuff like that. But I would do all that stuff. That like I said, I just learned by myself. But
that was personally good for that too, because you can adjust the size. So if you really want to eliminate them white, you get good with that offset. I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's exactly what I would do. I put the bleed on, and then I'll put a stroke on it, about a quarter of an inch, just a little bit, and then I come in and then do the offset, and I'll offset it down, and then and put it into the bleed that I created, and then boom, just cut it, and it was almost perfect every time. And if it wasn't, I just cut it myself.
Yeah, for sure.
That always works. Old school.
Yeah. Black Excellence brand said recently purchased the R1800 in supplies to convert for DTF. I converted it this past Saturday, and by Monday morning I listed that joke on OfferUp, and it sold that even. Ain't nobody got time for that, bro. I'm on he said, LOL. Bro, that's how I feel, bro. I feel you on that, fam.
Yeah. I can definitely understand. Like I said, man, once you I get it though. I get it. I truly do. Yeah. Once you invest that money, you just like, and I still have to
Yeah. Texas Flutter Parallax Breeze. What is one thing that you like and dislike about your customers? That's a code. That's a trick.
I love my customers because they pay cash all the time, and they present new challenges for me every day to try to overcome. And I'm a person that likes challenges. What I don't like is when they send me a 300 by 300 thing and think that I can print that.
Yeah,
I can't. It doesn't matter how much I blow that up. It's gonna look terrible. I need at least 600 by 600 or something like that. But yeah, DPI, right? 300 by 300 is just, it's not gonna get it unless you want a quarter size. Unless you want a quarter size cut or chest print or something like a 3-inch chest print, but I can't blow it up and make it look good. But a lot of times most people understand, and I'll say, well, I can't use this, but I did find this. Is this close enough? And they'll be like, oh yeah, that's more than close enough. That's more than what I was gonna do. And they'll just be like, cool. So
sketches on you.
Wow.
A woman after my own heart right there. I'm telling you can't be 21 ride a bike with training wheels. I'm telling you.
Yeah, you're right about that, man. The way I look at it is they both serve a purpose right now.
Hey, they both need it in the industry. And
see, that's that thing where come on out the bushes. I see your feet.
What's up, 755 Media? How you doing tonight? Appreciate you stopping through.
Cameo.
Cameo is a little bit of everything, and it prepares you when you get outside of that Cameo to deal with other programs. So I think it's the Photoshop, it's the Cameo itself, it's a little bit of the Affinity, or is that Photoshop too?
We just gonna be
programs just mixed in.
Just gonna be 100% honest, man. The reason that most people use the Cricut right off the bat is this. It is not easy. I ain't gonna say it's hard. It's not easy for them to line that vinyl up. And sometimes that thing be going through there like this right here, sideways and all, you know what I'm saying? Like that Cricut got the training wheel mats. I mean, you can't put it in there sideways. It's gonna be straight through every time.
But there's lines on either side and arrows.
That's one thing I have heard good about the Cricut. Everybody talks about how good the mats are.
Yeah, it can't go in there because like if you're doing something, like I don't have no problem with the silhouette when I line it up, put it in there, and you set the size and you just do it. But the Cricut, it can't, like it's got the guards on the side, so it can't turn sideways at all with the mat. That silhouette could potentially go in there, that mat can go in there anyway. It's the Cricut, you can't mess it up. The silhouette is only as good as you are.
Shoot, I got one. I was over there talking to 12 one night, and I got the big one, the huge one, and that thing went sideways on me, and I wasted about a yard of vinyl. I was
about $45 worth of vinyl on one cut.
Speaking languages I didn't even know I knew.
Yeah, that's the only thing though.
I got a good question for you from JC Productions, man. He asks, where do you see yourself 6 months to a year from now?
Oh man, 6 months to a year from now, it's gonna be one or two places. It's either gonna be in what, Louisville, Kentucky, or wherever it is, taking that printer back. Like I'm just gonna drop it off. Oh, my bad, St. Louis, Missouri. I'm either gonna be right there on the doorstep saying, oh, y'all didn't want to come get it. I'm bringing it back. Or I feel like I have a bunch of. I think the YouTube channel probably have grown into where we have a lot of content that's aimed at helping people and helping them get through that eye color thing, because like I said, most of the time you can't take it back, and I think most of the time people just need if I feel like if a lot of people had a resource like us, they wouldn't take half of the stuff back that they do. But a lot of people get into the t-shirt business and it's like, oh yeah, this is too tough, I can't do this, and then they miss out on something that could have been great for them potentially, because you just got to get over that main hurdle. Like just like we said, if you get a cameo and that thing goes sideways on you the first 15 times, you're gonna be like, I don't think I would. But conversely, they buy a Cricut and it can't go sideways, they might be like, yeah, okay, I can do this, and then they're gonna buy the cameo and it's still gonna go sideways. So
with anything, there's a learning curve. You must
exactly
curve, master it, and then move forward.
Exactly.
Yeah, and a lot of people do stuff because they seen somebody else do it and they didn't like it. They knew they didn't like it before they started.
Right.
Exactly. There's any excuse to get up out of that end. I don't know how to feel about that when people do that too. They be like, I seen you doing t-shirts, I want to start doing it now. So what you saying? You thought it was easy because I could do it? What you trying to say about me, man? Oh, if you can do it, I know I can do it. What? Like,
period.
I don't know how to feel about that, man. Like,
yeah, it's definitely a strange spot to be in.
Yeah, but when they do it, you know what I say? Send me your email address. I will send you a list of everything that you need. And I'm not going to hold nothing back. Any question that you got, I got you. And 9 times out of 10, in 2 months, they send me a shirt order saying, I need you to do my shirts again. So it's not for everybody, but it can be for anybody, but it's just not for everybody. Probably the same thing with the eye color. It can be for anybody. It's just not for everybody.
Period. JC Productions asks, what's your YouTube again? I apologize.
Same thing. It's gonna be Breeze Tees.
Breeze Tees on YouTube.
Your branding is tough.
Yeah, she went and did everything the first night, like literally everything. Twitter and Instagram and all. She's the Breeze Tees. She went crazy that night. Like I said, I'm glad she did it. I'm just a face.
Yeah, man. Black Excellence brand asks, can you print a pet film with the eye color?
No. You can only print on what their stuff.
Texas Finest Apparel said Cricut is like the iPhone. Everybody wants it. Yeah, and it's overrated. Team Android, Team Silhouette in the building.
I'm Team Android, and I'm definitely Team Android.
I can't even spell iPhone.
You know what I'm saying?
My money ain't that long. How you spell I? Hell.
I just
if you want it, if you love it, you'll get it. That's
yeah.
it. That's it.
Yeah. That's true. That is true. And like I said, it's when I think that's the other thing that people get into. Like they get into the t-shirts and they think it's gonna be just easy money, and it is, but not initially. Because I'm gonna be honest, I've not bought a machine or bought something and started using it that it wasn't like, it didn't feel like money in, money out for the first few, you know what I'm saying, for the first few cycles of it. It's like you buy the Cricut and a 5-yard roll of vinyl, you might get two or three good joints out of that thing, man. You buy the Silhouette, when you upgrade to that, you may get, it's gonna feel like money in, money out in the beginning, and then you're gonna start making money once you master the process.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I know when I first got my stuff, man, I was burning up stuff, man. It cost me a little check, but
that's what I'm saying.
Now,
right.
guess, but it's one of them things, like you were saying, man. You gotta want it.
Yeah.
You can't just go in blind and then not have the desire to learn it.
Exactly. We said that's why I have a cricket. I understand. I burnt up so much money with that cricket the first week, man. God. And then before I realized I could go to somewhere like what's the final place? Did you know? I was going to, yeah, because I was going to Michael's. I ain't gonna lie to you, I was going to Michael's paying $17 for a yard. Like I think everybody was at first, man. And it's like, nah, it's got to be a better way. I can't make no money off of this, man.
Yeah,
that's when I learned. That's when I learned about the different vinyl spots and stuff like that. And I was buying T-shirts from there and stuff like that. And I found out S&S activewear and all that good stuff. And man, I'm telling you, it changed the whole perspective. So it's like there's a lot of stuff you're not gonna learn about unless you get out there and talk to people that's in the same field, in your same area.
JC Production said, "Do you spell iPhone? It will be $1,500. LOL. I just promoted the new one. See, for $1,500, man, I can buy me an old school colors. I'm cool. That's more money. My rent. That's more than my rent. Hell, for a phone. That I'm cool. I'm gonna leave that. I don't even want it how to spell I. And then see my brother Mike T's over there. He got an iPhone and an Android and a pager.
Oh man, pager.
Wow. See how you told me? You told me wrong like this. It's because he likes the dry parts of the chicken. He don't understand.
Wow.
What's your favorite piece of the chicken, Jay?
Yeah, me. Y'all ain't gonna believe it. I don't eat meat. I haven't eaten meat since I started doing T-shirts in 18.
Salute.
Yeah.
Salute.
Yeah. Man, it ain't because I wanted to save the animals. It's because the doctor told me that my blood pressure was through the roof and I didn't want to take no medicine. So I said, you know what? What's the next best thing I can do? He said, you can take meat out of your diet. I said, okay, what's the second best thing I can do? He said, well, there's nothing that you could really do, Mr. Smith, other than, you know, you can take meat out of your diet, stop eating a lot of dairy products and all this stuff. I said, oh man, are you serious?
So I'm on the diet right now, and I got hypertension real bad, and I am on blood pressure medicine. This is a little bit off of what we normally go on.
Oh, ain't no problem.
Stop eating meat. What did you like? How did you transition? Like, man, you got to tell me how you transition to not eat meat.
I'm glad you asked me that because this is what I did. Everybody says when you stop eating meats, all you eating is size. The only thing I did was over a period of time, because if you try to do it right at cold turkey, it's not going to work. You're going to get. So what I did was this. Let's say if I was eating a pork chop, I was having macaroni and cheese, green beans, and maybe what's something else you eat with that? Corn, rice, something like that. So what I would do, it may have mashed potatoes, right? What I ended up doing was I over time increase the size and shrunk the piece of meat. So I kept going with a smaller portion of meat, but more size. And so then eventually, yeah, right. And then eventually the meat just went away and it was just all the size. It was just the macaroni and cheese with the green beans and rice. And then I probably put broccoli instead of the meat, you know, something like that. That's all. So I gradually shrunk the meat.
Cooked with meat, though.
What's that now?
The vegetables that's cooked with meat, like your greens with I don't know, salt pork, or your I'm anything random for the flavor, like the bacon flavor.
Yeah, just cook it without the meat.
Just cook it without the meat, no meat whatsoever.
Yeah.
All right.
None.
You like chicken thighs though? That is like
that's the best meat.
She said,
how about no meat? All right.
She's telling me to tell y'all spices. You got it's how you spice. Can you just want to come in and
come on?
Here she go. Here she go.
So with this, like for example, greens, like using like liquid smoke for like if you want that smokiness that you would probably get with like neck bones or whatnot. I use liquid smoke. And like you could just go on Pinterest. There's like so many recipes, like soul food, vegan, plant-based recipes. It's not a difference. Like he was saying, just remove the meat and you just eating your size as long as you're using seasoning. Because you think about it, what make meat taste good? Seasoning.
Yeah.
You know?
Pinch of salt and pepper.
Salt bait, you know.
My personal hater has left the building. But yeah, that's all it is. And she been coaching me through the whole thing. She telling me, tell him about this, tell him about that. I'm like, I know how to do this thing.
How long have you been meat free?
Was that since 2018, beginning of 2018, January.
2018. Wow. Salute soldier for that.
Yeah.
Man.
It ain't easy. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's not easy. But
I don't. Meat is weird if you really think about it. Like when you get to eating a piece of meat, you think about where it came from.
Yep.
Like it definitely a psychological thing.
It is. The steak definitely tastes great. I'm not gonna lie to you. I ain't one of them people that gonna be like, oh my God, it's just so. Listen, I remember how good a steak was. I remember how good chicken was. I remember how good all of it was. But the only thing that keeps me going is doctor was like, I was like, he was like, hey, you know, you might want to start doing this, and that. Like, what are you talking about? I got high blood pressure. Have you seen me? Do you see I look like I just came out the gym? And he said those are the dudes that dropped dead at 39 in the gym and they can't start your heart again. I said, so what you said I need to do? I was 38 at the time. I was like, so what do I need to do again? I like, I don't want to be one of those guys. And once I realized that I could go to the gym and there was as much protein and rice and broccoli as there was in an actual porterhouse, I was good, because I was like, where am I gonna get my protein from? And that's when I went down that rabbit hole, and it was good. So yeah.
And you really
do you eat the vegan meat?
Yes, occasionally, not a lot,
that's
but occasionally.
Like oxymorons. I mean, what is vegan meat?
What? Yeah. That's the grass meat. That's the fake
meat.
meat.
Yeah. That's the fake meat. They make it out of like soybeans and stuff like that. Yeah.
So what is that like? So if I wanted I need me a chicken burger, and I go get that vegan chicken burger.
Never had that. But you know what? Let me tell you what it's like. We all know that lunch meat in school wasn't. It was soybean. It was something else. It wasn't real meat. And you know how I realized that? Because when I started eating the vegan meat, it tastes just like lunch meat. And I was like, oh, really? This is the hamburger that we had all that time. This is the chicken that we was eating all that time. Stuff like that. So
yeah, I know what you mean.
It seems a lot like that. Like it just when you're eating the vegan meat, it's really for the texture. It's that's all it is, because the flavors is from the same seasoning that we get. So you know. It's really just chicken.
I was just saying, I don't know, man. I'm not so vegan.
Yeah. Understandably so.
I mean, I'm not against that though. Like, it's actually something I would like to teach myself to become, not to eat.
Right.
Just one of them things, man. It's about committing. And I don't know if I'm ready to commit to it at this point fully psychologically.
Right. I'm gonna tell you what. I mean, if he didn't,
I can't imagine just not eating meat. I mean, but then to hear how you did it, and I could see that. But I'm 300 and something, and I'm trying to lose some weight right now. So it's like this week.
Yeah. The only reason, like I said, the only reason I did it was because he said, "Your heart can't take it. If you stop that, you'll be good." And I was like, I gotta be here for my little boy and all that good stuff. So I was like, all right, I'll stop. And it still took about 2 years, to get to that point. It was gradual. It wasn't overnight. Mm-hmm. So I had been working toward it for almost 2 years. To that point, I kept mentioning it to my wife, kept mentioning it to her. But that was the kick in the pants when he told me, "Yeah, you need to go ahead and do it." Man, that's when I just went ahead and did it.
Black Excellence brand said, "How is fake meat better for you than real meat?"
It's not.
No idea what they putting in that fake meat.
The answer is it's not. Junk food is junk food. It don't matter if it's vegan or if it's. I'm not gonna be one of them people that's gonna sit here and tell you Oreos are vegan, Coke is vegan, all that stuff. A lot of the stuff that we eat is all vegan. It just means that it wasn't made with animal parts or whatever. So a lot of stuff vegan. Most of the drugs, all drugs are vegan by that standpoint, right? Because I don't know those drugs they got animal parts in. So all this all this stuff is vegan. It doesn't mean it's good for you. So a vegan burger is not better for you than a porterhouse steak. Is not better for you than any of that stuff. It's just vegan junk food. Junk food is not good for you, period. It don't matter if it's vegan or otherwise. No good answer to that question.
Sarah said leave out the red meat first.
I agree with that.
Yeah. Jesse Brown, the fourth, said start with bean burritos, great substitute for real.
That is true.
I like
beans.
bean
Don't like
burritos.
beans though, cuz I don't like beans.
I'm gonna tell you what you do. Like if you go to Taco Bell or something, instead just tell them, hey, try this one time. Get whatever you're gonna get, and tell them instead of putting the beef in it, put rice in it, and then try to transition. Something like that. To eat rice tacos instead of beef tacos, instead of chicken tacos, rice tacos, stuff like that. It's actually pretty good. That was the only like fast food I ate for a long time, and that's what I'll eat, just rice tacos.
Educated Natural said I was vegan before, Mike. I was even raw vegan for a while. You got it, Mike. I'm slowly transitioning back. So that's chicken thighs turned you there, huh, Kim?
Wow.
Yeah,
See the
haters. No more.
So what's the future of Breed Tees and custom things? We know you do shirts, man. Like, is there gonna be another avenue you gonna tackle?
Well, we do pretty much anything that anybody asks. Like we do, like I said, the reason we do custom things because we do a lot of business cards. We were doing a lot of the metal ones or what have you. We have a giveaway with those. We do pretty much. I print on anything that they ask me to, so that's why we do and custom things. We do bags. We do, like I said, anything that can withstand the heat. We've done barber capes. We've done like obviously t-shirts, shorts. Really anything that anybody asks us to do, we've done those. License plates. A lot of people, that's one of the biggest things that people don't ask for because they don't know that you can sublimate the front license.
I'm pushing hard. I'm pushing hard.
Exactly, man.
I'm always doing license plates.
We got like mouse pads and stuff like this mouse pad I made. It's like after Kobe passed, I made this one, and it's like him getting all the rings for the Infinity Gauntlet or whatever. I found that image. A lot of people were like, "Yeah, man, I gotta have that one." Stuff like that. I got this one here. What's my Dragonfly Jones? So I just do. I pretty much
that or one of them.
Yeah, that's the one.
Stanley Jackson.
What's that now?
Ain't that Stanley Jackson?
Oh, Stanley.
That Dragonfly right there. Wasn't that Martin?
That was Martin. Yeah. So that's the one that I take to work too. So that's my mouse pad I take to work. Man. I ain't trying to hear all that, man. Put in a ticket. You can't just come up to my desk and ask me so. You got to put a ticket in. So I like messing with people though. I'm always messing with people.
Me too, as you can tell.
That's just eating fried chicken. I mean, that's just.
Oh my God.
What'd you say, Mike, about some fried chicken?
Hey man, they say chicken legs are hard to get right now, man. All they got is the thighs. That's what I heard.
Right, but how you got a thigh and no leg though? What kind of chicken you growing? He ain't got no feet or no leg. He just came out thighed up. Why you can't eat that thigh? How you gonna eat it? You just got a chicken. It got a body and a thigh. We cool.
So it's
part of the chicken is the thigh? What is the chicken thigh? Like the drums? I thought the upper drumstick was the thigh.
It's called.
And then the big piece that's connected to the drumstick. But how you got the top but not the bottom? It's just dying. It's out running on a three cool. I'm gonna let Mike Tease have that. He just ran on. That man Mike Tease and Kim, man, the educated natural. Y'all can have them guys. We cool. We don't even grow legs no more.
Don't just group us. It's a whole nation behind us. Trust me. I can start a Facebook group right now, Chicken Thigh Eaters.
Hey man, they didn't even change. They even got a commercial talking about it ain't Wingstop no more. It's Thigh Stop, man. They even got that commercial, man.
Yeah, man, that's gonna go out of business. That's not a business, man. I'm sorry, Rick Ross, brother. You gonna lose money on that, man. Nobody, thighs, man. You gotta be 55, at least 55, a 55-year-old male.
Wow.
I had to eat a chicken thigh.
We appreciate you, man, coming through and lacing us with gems. So I'm gonna
I appreciate y'all having me.
A little bit of a recap. So we know that you are IT tech and you do this on the side, but to me it seems like you do them as full-time jobs. Salute to you.
That would be accurate. Yeah. That's accurate.
You turned us on to some new things about Uninet that I did not know, as far as the sublimation, the glitter, the overall different sizes and the maintenance. I mean, hey, for the 88th time, Uninet, holla at your boy John, aka Breeze Tees and Things. Right. You let us know. Yeah, your machineries that you have from the StarCraft that they don't make no more.
Right.
The eye color 650.
You see how they talk about me? They do this to me every week. I speak the truth. I'm just speaking truth, man. Don't shoot the messenger.
Oh man,
y'all follow Breeze Tees on TikTok, Instagram. What other shout out all your social media, man, so they can find you.
Oh yeah, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. That's more or less what we got right now. I think that's pretty much what everybody got. We don't got Twitter. I don't think I won't do Twitter.
Yeah, I don't even know.
I don't really understand Twitter as much. Like my brother says, too much read.
They have a thing. Twitch. I'm trying to figure out Twitch.
And Facebook too. With Twitch, we just do. We normally that's where I do some of the lives. So that's where a lot of people who followed me from was on there. So I get on there and just start pressing T-shirts here and there. That's all.
Really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if you do stuff like that, man, I'm telling you, Twitch is they have so many what do you call it? I guess that would go in the do-it-yourself section or crafting section or something. They got all types of stuff like that.
I'm assuming
we got Facebook too.
Wife right here, right?
Hater number one. Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
Okay.
So, we got Facebook also. Yeah.
Facebook.
You got something out, man. Huh?
Yeah. She said Facebook.
Yeah, we got Facebook. BreezeTees.com.
BreezeTees.com. Yep. So just like how it is right there. BreezeTees.com. And like I said, you can find us on Etsy also. We're pretty much everywhere.
Awesome.
Man, again, man, brother, thank you for coming out. Thank you, wife, for coaching him so correctly back there, Made this a great show. Thank you for informing us. Thank you for informing us about that eye color, man. You really opened my eyes to some stuff about that thing.
Right.
Black Excellence Brand said, one last question. Is the StarCraft vinyl better than Caesar in your opinion? Thinking of giving it a try.
I would say if you're gonna give it a try, give it a try. It's about the same. I think I can't even remember why we did the StarCraft. I think that we did the StarCraft because the Caesar stretch was not in stock at that point in time. And we just went with StarCraft. And StarCraft has some different colors that Caesar has. I like StarCraft's red more than I like Caesar's red, but I like Caesar's blue more than I like StarCraft blue. So but both of them stretch though. So if you get the Caesar stretch. And like Caesar has a color of a shade of indigo or something like that. It's like teal or something that it's just at that point you're really just going for which colors that you like better. That's all.
Period. But man, we gonna wrap this up.
All right,
again, brother. Thank y'all, man. Appreciate you, man. Y'all go follow him on the social media, Breeze Tees, man.
Thank you guys for having me, man.
This Saturday we got Gina Gill. Y'all stop through.
Oh, definitely.
Before we go, October 4th, all these will be streamed on the Squad Creatives Podcast YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. I put the link in the description, y'all. If you're gonna follow, that's where you're gonna follow. It won't be streamed nowhere else but there after starting October the 4th. Man, y'all have a good night, Breeze Tees and wife. Thank y'all. So we will see y'all Saturday.
All right. Appreciate it. Y'all take it easy.